In one breath, you criticize the Save Rivers movement. In the next breath, you're also trying to join GDI into it, and you say you're not a member of.
They created this problem because they are all the same people.
But you're not.
The GDI, who is the leader of the GDI? It is the same people. They wanted to, because you see, at any point in time, remember that the South minister was taken from Delta, and Bichi said he wants that. And he imposed the leader of GDI on the federal government. So if the federal government, which is what Lai Mohammed and his co-hosts are talking about, has no hand in this matter. It's a Rivers matter. It has nothing to do with the National Assembly. If you don't allow legislation to go on in the country, then there's anarchy. Because everybody will be on his own.
It doesn't mean
if you bring yours,
it doesn't mean there'll be anarchy anywhere, because I thought you were going to look at it objectively concerning this, because at the last quarter of last year, you remember that it also happened in the United States, where they had a government shutdown because of some legislative issue. And you all saw what the Republicans did against the Democrats.
Was it an early decision
because
to the country?
Because they all finally resolved this. So that is why we're asking for us not to get into this mix. How can we salvage the situation? Because what the APC is doing is to draw the government at the center's attention to Rivers, which a lot of people have been complaining about. If they have a complaint against the police, and they have a complaint against some individuals, and sometimes specifically the governor of Rivers State has mentioned the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria, the president, don't you think by now the presidency or the National Assembly should look critically into these allegations?
That is what I've told you. You see, what you see is a make-believe thing. They come and act dramas for you people to come and...
But I think the investigation will prove...
Yes, because there was a problem in River State, the so-called House of Assembly problem.
Okay, so that was...
Now, listen. Without anybody coughing, the National Assembly came and took over Rivers Assembly. Some governors left their exalted positions.
That was more than a call. We saw the brawl.
Yes. Listen, I'm driving somewhere. Some governors left their exalted position. Some of them very old men. I have a 112 years old man as a father. But if that is the way old men behave, then I regret to have a father at that level. Left their exalted positions to go to Rivers State for solidarity. There was a problem in the National Assembly. Are you saying that South African president, Togolese president, Ghanaian president should come to Nigeria to solidarize with good luck? So is that what you are saying?
So at least there's a problem.
These are problems that are bound in any democracy. In Lagos it happens. In Kano it happens. In every democracy all over the world, there are bound to be internal problems within either parties or inter-party.
But you agree that what
you do not make these things look as if somebody somewhere is responsible. If we have had
something
one of the states in the southwest, I've had
something must be responsible, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
For every action, there must be some kind of responsibility.
You don't look at. I cannot.
So what? Since you stay,
I cannot have a problem in Bayelsa and call Suleiman as being my problem. I cannot have problem in Port Harcourt and call Chamberlain as a problem.
So what do you think is the problem, since you have lived in Rivers for over 35 years? So now let's look inward and look out for the problem. What is the problem in Rivers State?
The problem of Rivers State is over-ambition of certain group of people. Just a little percentage of the Rivers people. This group of people who were in government when very senior people in the Rivers States were killed. And we have not had answers to why they were killed, how they were killed. This group of people, all of them fighting.
Which one? You mean both the people in the federal government and in the state government?
All of them. They were in Rivers government when people were slaughtered. Very senior people, very important people. People who have touched lives in their lifetime were killed, murdered like chicken. We saw it. They were in government. The problem is internal. It has nothing to do with anybody. This problem will, even if it's not a good luck, it can be a Suleiman. That problem is a problem of personal
But why would the federal government be involved in this problem?
There's no federal government involved.
But you just said the people in the federal government and the people in the state government.
If you are a Rivers man and you are holding a federal appointment, does not mean you cannot come back home to play politics.
What if the agent of the federal government is seen to be destabilizing activities in the government?
If the agent is
the agent of the federal government,
yes,
is seen to be destabilizing people who want to vote.
That's not what is happening.
So when you admitted that as much, and we all saw it, when you said they were tear gassed.
Yes.
Who did that? Was that not the agent of federal government?
The police. The police is an agent of everybody. It's not an agent of federal government alone. Police is an agent of everybody. You and I always had the slogan that police is your friend. Even though I do not believe that police is my friend, because I cannot have anything to do with a policeman. That's the truth.
I have to.
But if you are looking at police,
you said the police is the agent of everybody. Yeah, you deny the police.
Yes, because as a person, that's my conviction. Because if I am going to be the IG of police in this country, it's the boost that we need. Is the boost that we need.
Who prevent people?
The man who has the courage to tell anybody, those who call themselves, look at this country. A man gets a 100 million contract. He buys two pickup vans, one in front, one at the back. He goes to the police station and gets 10 mobile policemen, and he will not allow us to move in on the road because he has a 100 million contract.
Let me ask you this. Now that this is happening in Rivers, and you say it is the boost that you need, how would you feel if this were happening in a state where the People's Democratic Party is not in the leadership position, and then that state does the same thing to members of the People's Democratic Party?
It happens everywhere. But even this starts from People's Democratic Party.
I'm talking about
this starts from the PDP.
If we see that going on,
how old is let
me put the question in so that you'll understand and respond. If we see the same thing happening in those other states where the PDP is not at the leadership position and they want to, of course, they will contest for governorship, and the APC doesn't allow that happen, would you think that's okay?
You see, the problem has nothing to do with anybody. It has to do with individuals.
Even the chief security officer of the state says, I've got a problem with my commissioner of police.
Going by what is available today, even before the 5 PDP governors joined the APC, there were APC governors, like Lagos State, for instance. This is the foundation of APC. Not so.
We keep citing Lagos State, Lagos State.
And all the other Southwest states.
Let us also point out that, the River State governor is not the only governor in the opposition, which he just joined, by the way.
Yes.
There are other states in the opposition, and we've not heard the states say that they have problems with
and for the past...
My name is Mao.
For the past, let's take the past 1 year, you have had more of Rivers issues than every other state in this country. Don't you think somebody else is the problem?
Somebody like who? We're asking you to tell us who do you because initially
that is the problem.
You said that there was no problem. He's been governor for
I was president. I asked Amechi to have a reconciliation with Ateke so that there will be no problem with Rivers State. Amechi said no, unless he kills Ateke. And because Ateke has to people prevail of Ateke relocated to Lagos. And the areas Ateke live in Lagos. People everybody around Ateke are happy.
Mr. Keme.
That's told you that Amechi is the problem.
Just a moment.
Yes.
Mr. Amechi has been governor for 6 years.
Yes. And it has been a problem from day one.
Just a moment. Now you say that we've been talking about Rivers in the last 1 year.
Yes.
Doesn't it go to show that, Mr. Amechi is the problem in the state? Some people will say, well, if he's been governor for 6-7 years now, and it's the last 1 year that he's been having issues, shouldn't we?
He has never had issues, only that it has not come to the fore the way it is today.
I put a question to you.
I just gave Ateke as an example.
I put a question to you, and I said that, Mr. Amechi is not the only governor in the opposition. There are many opposition states, yet it will seem that none of them seem to have problems with their commissioners of police. Do you think that there is a peculiarity
of him? The same who told you that he was commissioner of police in other states. Is it not? I have not seen Mbu until that day when he was.
Do you know his history in those states? Have you checked?
No, but it didn't come to the fore the way it is. If a man comes in state and says, look, everybody is calling this thing black and he says it's white, that means the man is not a bad man. what is important to the ordinary man in Rivers State is that we are moving on the streets the way we should move about. That's what's important to us.
Why do you think the president hasn't spoken about this matter?
Because the president has
police.
The president, in the first place, the man is not under the leadership of the president. It's the IG that relates with the president.
Who does the IG get instructions from?
And you think the president gave the instruction to IG to give to the commissioner?
Who does he get from?
Yes, he gets the instruction from the president. But then, he's also, just like the governors, Amechi is talking about president. He is a man who unilaterally sacked a local government, an entire local government executive. Is it how it should be? So yesterday he was talking about making input into issues of governance, issues of budget. How many of his local government chairmen made contribution to his last budget that he announced through the back door? You see, somebody is the problem, and Nigerians should not be deceived. That's the point I'm making. Amechi is the problem of Rivers State. He's a young man. We are the same age grade.
Okay, Keme Enguozu, member of Ijaw Youth Leadership Forum. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.